5, and let us remind ourselves that we are in this beautiful month of Ramadan, and Givak Sharia, South Africa's first and only fully Sharia compliant family medical takaful and wellness product, wishes all listeners Ramadan Kareem. Download the Givak app today and get free immediate access to Givak Sharia collection of du'as, hadith, Quran, and much, much more. And with that, we're going across now to be joined by none other than my brother out in Durban, Brother RafeekHassen. Brother Rafeek, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Nayed.
Yes. Jazakallah khairan so much for joining us, Brother Rafeek. Now, clearly, we know the month of Ramadan is here, and we trust and hope that you are having a wonderful month of Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem to you as well, and I'm sure you're going to be having quite a busy Ramadan with all the wonderful work that you do, Brother Rafeek.
Yes, I think we waited for this month. Allah granted it us, so let us benefit from it, inshallah.
Right. Okay. Now let's talk about an interesting event that is taking place this coming week. In fact, on Friday, which is set up for at the Al Ansar Hall in Durban. You have sent me some background information, but also looking at this whole international movement against Islamophobia. I think this is very, very important because, you know, we don't perhaps see a lot of it in South Africa, but many parts around the entire world. So this is going to be a key focus area, Sheikh Rafiq.
Yes. Well, you know, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, this group is very international. They abbreviated the name of the organization as Bilal. You know, the name Bilal. But it's an acronym in the Turkish language for an international knowledge and consciousness movement, you know, and against racism. So it's a movement, you know, to increase knowledge internationally and to eliminate racism and discrimination. But it's in the Turkish language, it comes to BILAL. So they have people. The headquarters is in Turkey, Brother Knight. But they have got very high-profile members in Canada, the UK, USA, you know, Germany, and other countries like that, where, as you know, Islamophobia is very rife. So they are very rife in this thing. So they are doing an excellent job, and they have a caption, Brother Unite. I'm just talking about the organization. They have a beautiful caption because of the hostility that takes place there in the West. They have a catchline called "Hello, brother." You know, you find the pamphlets got this thing Bilal, and it says "Hello, brother." So they are having the approach that another human being, a male, is a brother to another human being male, or a sister to another female sister. You know, or "Hello, sister" will be the equivalent. So yeah, that's what, you know. And they engage with the groups and those that are trying to tell the non-Muslim, those that are not Muslim population in the countries, don't fall. And it's also the fear. They have they just come out with a lovely pamphlet, you know, the way it's telling you, you know, don't fall into fear. Islam, you have nothing to fear from Islam. And that's what they translated into so many languages, Brother Inai. And the whole caption is, there's nothing to fear from Islam. Islam is peace. And so that's what they are doing, actually. And they are gaining ground, and they are helping. And their effort is also helping to diffuse the false propaganda that Islam is violence and terrorism.
Yes. And also, I think what is relevant to note from what you've sent me is March the 15th, which is quite relevant because on March the 15th, 2019, according to the communication you sent me, it speaks about the brutal attack that happened at the Al Noor Masjid in Christchurch in New Zealand. And also, you know, when we look at that point in time, 51 Muslims, a Turkish citizen, were also martyred in this attack. And again, March the 15th, very, very relevant in more ways than one as well, in terms of you know, by the United Nations, I think it was on March 15th, where it was declared as the International Day to Combat Islamophobia. Now, this obviously coinciding with what is taking place in Durban on March the 15th as well, Sheikh Rafiq.
Yeah. So March the 15th is the United Nations have set it up as the International Islamophobia Day. So that's just because of their lobbying, they wanted to create awareness for this. But also you may know the first name, I can't get some Corey, some Rian Corey, the American girl who was killed by the Israeli bulldozer quite a few years ago. I don't know if you know the incident. She went to Palestine. I'm talking about a good probably 10 years plus to halt the demolishing of houses. One of the things the Israelis do is to do group punishment, and you won't believe it. They wanted to demolish this one house in the West Bank. And this Sister Rian Corey, she's an American young girl, just in her 20s, and she stood in front of the house thinking that the Israelis will stop the bulldozer. She went in front of the bulldozer and she said, "You're not going to bulldoze this house." And they went over her. They killed her. So this organization, tomorrow on Friday, those who come to the Al-Ansar Hall, the program is between 4:30 and till iftar, which is just over 1.5 hours. So we're going to have Lorraine Booth, right? Lorraine Booth is going to be speaking as well. We got a lot of other guests from other international countries, and they're going to highlight this killing of the American girl Corey in this function, and what the tragedy in New Zealand, when that fanatic right winger killed so many people at Juma time.
Yes, Sheikh Rafiq. In fact, the person you're talking about is Rachel Corey.
Rachel Corey, yeah.
She was in Rafah in the Gaza Strip, where the Israeli military was demolishing these Palestinian homes at the height of the second Intifada.
Okay.
Yes. So, we see all that is taking place in Rafah at this point in time. It was this happening, I think, in around 2003, about 20 odd years ago. Yes, and
so they made a special banner for her, brother Inayat, for her to commemorate that incident. They brought it with them because it's an international movement. So I know it's Ramadan time and people are want to get home. It's a Friday because the 15th is a Friday. We're bound by the day, but we say come and listen to the people. Interesting. They came so far. Nabi Sallallahu is to meet another Muslim, to travel is sawab in its own. And they're providing iftar. The program ends. The moment azan goes, there's nice goodies there to break fast and go. It's over. Go home, make your maghrib at the mosque opposite Ansar Hall, and the program is over.
Okay. So it ends up just around iftar time, immediately after iftar. Okay, and you mentioned Lauren Booth coming out. We know that she is the sister-in-law of former Prime Minister Tony Blair, Sheikh Rafiq.
Yes. So, she'll be down as well. And so, thanks, Inayat. We thank you, Salam Media, and you too for the sterling work you do. And I think I know it's an odd time, and, but many people want to come meet Lorraine Booth there, and we're going to allow questions. But the iftar is provided, immediately break your fast, and, the program is over, inshallah.
Inshallah. Well, Jazakallah khairan so much for that, Sheikh Rafiq, for coming on, inshallah. And inshallah, we will continue reminding our listeners, our viewers of this program that is taking place at the Al-Ansar Hall on Friday. And this is taking place after Jummah, inshallah. That was Sheikh RafeekHassen with us this afternoon, just to remind us of this event that is taking place, International Solidarity Day, in fact, International Islamophobia. And this is exactly what the United Nations has taken note of as well. And this is what this international group called Bilal, which is an acronym for quite a few things that we see playing out right in front of our eyes. We're talking about Islamophobia, racism, hate speech, marginalization, cultural racism, all of this at the end of the day. And this is in defense of freedom of religion, freedom of speech. And this is an organization that is located mainly in Turkey, but represented from the United States of America, Canada, Germany, the Netherlands, Cyprus, New Zealand, Somalia, Bangladesh, and also here in South Africa. And they are going to be in South Africa on Friday, The 15th is the Al-Ansar Hall, and Lorraine Booth, who is or Lauren Booth, who is the sister-in-law of Tony Blair, and she will be one of the key speakers as well. So if you've got time, make your way there through to the Al-Ansar Hall. Iftar will be provided. It will start after Jummah, inshallah. Be quite interesting to sit and listen at this event. The time is just headed for 22 minutes past 5. We're going to go for a break, and we still have got, we need to wind down the program as well, because we've got Molana Yunus Kawanga, and he is going to take over and take you through to the time of Iftar. Iftar in Johannesburg at around 6:30. Durban obviously will be a few minutes earlier.